So you recently from Aleph.VC, you have a lot of events for the entrepreneurs, also from outsiders, where you organize and gather a big community around Aleph.VC. One of them was the bug challenge that you recently launched.
Yeah.
Maybe can you elaborate a little bit on this? What you did, what did you see there?
So if you take a step back, right, we're a fairly large fund, definitely compared to Israel. It's two partners investing $150 million is a lot of money, right? So we generally don't do seed investing. What it means, though, is that when you have markets that are evolving, for example, a year ago, we looked at very closely at specific areas of blockchain, right, the infrastructure behind Bitcoin. And we saw that there was a lot of innovation in Israel, but not necessarily in areas we wanted to invest in.
Yeah.
So we issued the blockchain challenge, and indeed there were multiple applications, of which one won, and we ended up investing in that company.
Yeah.
But we didn't expect to invest, and the same with the bot challenge. It's a very significant change in the industry, right? If you look at text-based interfaces, right, that's DOS in the early days when we were all kids, and then GUI that was born with the Xerox Spark, and then Macintosh, and then Windows. Right, that was the big move, but it hasn't changed since.
Yeah.
Right, if you look, web is simply another GUI, right? Same with apps, another GUI, and bots and conversational interfaces, the big change, recent change that's happening. And there isn't enough innovation in Israel, though there's a lot of capability set in natural language parsing, in machine learning, in deep learning, machine vision. So there's a lot of knowledge around it, but there's not enough work. So what we decided is that we'll issue a challenge, and the challenge is to create bots that would help entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And we offer $50,000 to the person or persons that build the bot, providing the most value to entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. It's basically like, if I understood correctly, bots in simple terms is a machine that is able to answer your emails, for example, in a way that like you don't even notice as the recipient that a machine answered this email.
So yes, kinda. And why is kinda? So let's take an example of a great bot, a service we actually use internally called Clara.
Yeah.
Right. That is a service that allows you to set scheduling. Right. So when I email Emma, that's the name we chose for. The other side doesn't know that it's not a person at Aleph, but it's very, very likely that it's a person, but very much computer assisted. So it's not even a robot necessarily. It could be a human, but that human is conversational, right? Which, like most humans, but it's also assisted by computers. So Clara is someone that offloads the work of calendaring. That's we all know how much of a bother is calendaring. And as they move on, there will be more and more AI, artificial intelligence. Same, but very similar, but different is a summary bot on Slack, for example, that you have a conversation on Slack, which you usually have, but then there is a bot that sits with you on that channel and sends a summary by the end of the conversation, right? So that's probably more computer oriented. So as we move, the big change is conversational interfaces. And the question is, how much humans will there be versus how many computers? But regardless, these are all questions of costs, right? The more humans are involved, the more cost you have. But over time, that will change.
Yeah. Is there any examples you can elaborate on, or like what did they hand in any applications already?
Yeah, it's been wonderful. We have 18 different applications, which is 3 times as much as we thought. And I won't spoil their surprise, right? Because they're still working on this, all the teams. But it's entrepreneur oriented, so you can think of anything like you want summaries of your competitors. When a competitor of yours comes out, you want to know as soon as possible. When your Twitter feed about your company blows up because you've done a great new release, you want to know about this, right? You want someone, be it a computer or otherwise, that is working for you. Right? Because if you look at the typical workday, we spend way too much time in emailing, we spend too much time in instant messaging, we spend too much time in overhead. So the goal for us is to help entrepreneurs get to be more productive.
So people can still apply. Maybe you want to tell them.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So to apply is bot.aleph.VC. That's a landing page, and you can register in the landing page. We'll ask you a couple of questions, and then we'll reach out.
When is the deadline?
The deadline is in 2 months.
2 months.
Right? So you still have a good amount of time. You start working, right? And we'll actually provide a sandbox so you can try out with real entrepreneurs how what's your performance level, and what every entrepreneur, after they get a service from your bot, will ask them in something called an NPS, a Net Promoter Score. How likely are you to tell your friends that they should try out this bot? And that will be the scoring mechanism.
Interesting.